Hi, Theodore Meerkat here. Welcome to another episode.
It is Admiral Redrick.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
Jean-Luc, good to see you again. I have a little favor to ask. Would you be interested in finding a little lost lamb for me?
Okay, well obviously we're not going to say that.
A lamb.
A figure of speech. I have a friend stationed on Morasia, an exobiologist. I haven't heard from her in quite a while. I'm getting a little worried. I'd like you to check into it if you can.
Well, is she a lamb or is she a figure of speech? Make up your mind.
Morasia? Isn't that some sort of zoological habitat?
Oh, it's much more than that, Jean-Luc. The Morasians have created 3 distinct biotopes, 3 completely different ecologies in one section of their planet. They call it the Preserve, the latest wonder of the galaxy.
By the way, I hope my microphone volume levels are a bit netter now. If it turns out they're not, I will keep on looking into it. But I have reduced the volume a bit, so...
Who exactly is this lost lamb?
Her name is Dr. V. Hunforsch. She was on Morasia cataloging local species for the Federation Zoological Database, but no one's seen her for days.
Have the local authorities investigated the matter?
Constable Lixie, who runs the preserve, thinks V went on a field trip and that there's nothing to worry about. To humor me, she said I should send a team to investigate.
Admiral, do you have any reason to suspect foul play?
The truth? V is headstrong, but she might be chasing butterflies. But I think there's more to it than that. And Jean-Luc, Morasia is applying for Federation membership. You could review the state of affairs there while you're looking for our exobiologist.
Very well. As soon as we receive your report, we'll get underway.
I'll transmit it immediately. Oh, and Jean-Luc, the Morasians have a strict matriarchal society. Males are usually treated as servants at best. Don't take it personally.
Understood, sir.
Good luck. Redrick out.
That's why we'll be putting Mao at the head of the away team.
Engage.
Game seems to choose warp 5 as a default. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, there's a bit at the beginning that I seem to have sort of missed out because I got confused about my saving files. It wasn't anything really. I just set a course for to resume patrol along the neutral zone. Everything else is pretty much the way we left it in the last episode. In fact, I'm going to take this chance to save it. Now, let's see. As I say, I've decided to keep this old-fashioned button clicking in. Not because I'm too well, a bit because I'm too lazy, but also because it seems like that has a very 1990s feel about it. And this game was made in 1994, I believe, so... I don't really watch Star Trek that much these days. I used to. I have a few videos left. I guess I was just feeling sort of nostalgic about this game. I think I quit watching it around season 4 of Voyager. So that was quite a while ago, and I haven't even seen new movies.
Entering Nebula.
I'm not sure why we were warned that. That is Major Barrett as the ship's computer. Unfortunately, she died a few years ago.
Entering non-aligned space.
I don't know what non-aligned space is either.
Helm, standard orbit.
Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise has arrived at Marasia to investigate the disappearance of Dr. V. Hunforsh, an exobiologist stationed here for the past 2 years.
That was a very
The three species
pixely
native
kind
to
of
this
some
world
ways.
have enjoyed a millennium of peaceful cooperation, and this visit will give us the opportunity to review Marasia's petition for membership in the Federation. It's time we introduced ourselves. Mr. Worf, hail Constable Lixie.
Aye, Captain.
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. We have come to investigate the disappearance of Dr. Hunforsh.
Welcome to Marasia. As I told Admiral Redrick, I really don't think Dr. Hunforsh is in any danger. She's probably on an extended field trip.
Good. We'll need your beam-down coordinates.
I shall transmit them. And Captain, in order to protect the animals in the preserve, we permit no weapons of any kind on the surface.
Out-of-way teams carry phasers for self-defense only. They can be locked on a low stun setting. I assure you none of your animals will be harmed.
I'm sorry, Captain. I won't allow it. We cannot predict how even your lowest setting will affect our animals.
To be fair, I think Saz a good point. There's probably lots of very strange species on that planet. I think if you choose a top option, the game basically doesn't progress, so I'm not sure why they've given you several options here.
We will respect your laws. The away team will not be armed.
For a male, you are unusually cooperative.
Thank
Is
you.
there any better way to begin a relationship?
Forgive me, Captain.
Keep
I am
posing
not
to
accustomed
her.
to seeing a male in command. I will await your investigators.
Anyway, yeah, I will be talking a little bit over other people's talking now because, well, there's a lot of talking in this, basically, and sometimes I want to say something. So, I suppose having two
Beam down
women
coordinates
makes
selected.
sense since of matriarchal society.
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
Trust me, they're just showing off their computer game technology here.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hunforsh.
Welcome. So you are the artificial human. Interesting. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there really is no need for alarm. Dr. Hunforsh is probably just on an extended field trip.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Thank you for your time. We won't bother to do any astral investigating. I'm sure you can't give us any helpful information.
Who were the last people to see the doctor?
Apparently, Consultant Idia was the last to see her. They had dinner or some such. It's all in my report. You should be able to access it through your tricorder.
If the doctor had been injured somewhere in the preserve, would you be able to locate her?
Of course. But our surveillance system can detect signs of distress in any of our inhabitants. And we've had no sign of trouble from the doctor.
I will save that one for later.
The preserve clearly embodies your philosophy of life forms living within life forms to create a single harmonious organism. It is an impressive achievement.
Very observant, Commander. Your perceptiveness does you credit.
Yeah, might as well go for it.
Your tone suggests that you do not like Dr. Hunforsh.
She hasn't made many friends here. She disagrees openly with our philosophy, our methods, and has even accused us of smuggling banned species.
Interesting.
I would like to investigate the preserved grounds where the doctor last worked.
We'd prefer to limit the number of outsiders in the preserve while it is under construction. Investigating the doctor's laboratory should be sufficient.
A thorough investigation of the doctor's disappearance will require me to enter the preserve. Furthermore, the Federation Council has requested a review of Marasia. Unhindered access will allow me to prepare a far more detailed report.
The Federation's requests are not law here. Not yet. But in the interests of cooperation, I'll open up the area surrounding my outpost. Be sure to stay within the visitors' areas. You must understand, my responsibility to the animals comes first.
I have no more questions for you at this time. May I investigate the doctor's quarters?
Of course. Her laboratory quarters are at the end of the path towards the mountains.
I never liked zoos much.
This basket holds fruit, roots, and larvae for the constable's veranda bird. Morassians typically use the bones of the dead to make useful objects.
Well, that's morbid.
I do not believe that will work.
Let's try to use the fruit then.
I do not believe that will work.
Alright, fine. Baby fruit, at last. Okay. So yeah, it's quite... For some reason, they sort of require you to listen to the suggestions the other characters made here. They didn't make a lot of suggestions in sort of the previous level of the game when we're on Merton's orbital station. What's this? It's quite weird. See? You see that? That was weird. Anyway, yes, they didn't make a lot of suggestions, but you really need to listen to their suggestions here because that sort of triggers events, and there are certain events that need to be triggered in order for you to progress through the story, and we have gone the wrong way. Ah, there we go. The rest just stand there waiting for them to get miles ahead of them.
The bioprobe analyzes samples that a field unit collects from specimens. It is used primarily for zoological analysis. The insectivore is possibly a member of the Talpidae family. The biotable incorporates bioassay hardware to analyze specimens and perform scans. The field unit is configured for a specific terrain and climate. It monitors the conditions of animals who have been injected with identification microchips. It is a sonic scope. It uses acoustic resonances to analyze molecular structures.
So yeah, occasionally I might want to check out what these guys have to say. Oh, why can't you shout across the room?
The doctor was only supposed to be cataloging species. What would she be doing with these carcasses?
That's a good question. Let's collect these dead animals and put them on the sonic scope.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag. Subject is in a carnivore.
Interesting.
The bioprobe analyzes samples.
Yeah, we've already heard that.
I do not believe that will work.
Try to pick it up.
I see no way of using this with that object.
There's not really an object, it's a carcass, but fair enough.
I am not certain this is a Frednorian boar. I believe it may be an Akana boar, a close genetic relative. I see no way of using this with that object.
Okay. Well, for some reason the sound seems to have kicked out. What it should be doing is talking to you about what that creature is, but it's not, so...
Serial Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy.
I see no way of using this with that object. I see no way of using this with that object.
Fair enough.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. All readings are normal.
There really should be dialogue here, and there isn't. So there we go.
Dr. Hunforsh's computer logs might tell us what she was doing before she disappeared.
Ooh, good idea.
I do not believe it.
No, not piping, the
I don't believe
comport.
that will work. This port provides tricorder access to computer and communication systems. The medical tricorder has 86
Yeah, I know
omnidirectional.
what the flipping thing is. Right. Game can get frustrating
A
sometimes.
massive computer fragmentation has erased the doctor's files. The only salvageable message from her daily log is sessions with Tracker Malas cancelled. Schedule again after field trip.
Interesting.
Open a channel to Tracker Malas.
Channels open.
Obviously a different species.
We found your name in the doctor's laboratory. What is your relationship with her?
I teach her territorial recognition. At least I did. We suspended our lessons after the power outages began. I haven't seen her since, but I doubt she's lost. Such an excellent tracker, even if she is a bit weak in the nose.
You mentioned power outages. Can you describe them in greater detail?
A power surge at our quarantine shelter destroyed some of the generators. 2 watchers were seriously injured and several animals escaped. Since then, we've had outages in the biotopes. They're still under investigation.
Without the generator, the individual containment fields in the shelter will not function. You would no longer be able to quarantine any animals for analysis or adaptation.
That's right. Most of our personnel are out searching for escaped animals right now. Dr. Hunforsh might be doing that on her own.
This blow-up you mentioned, do you mean the constable and the doctor had an argument?
Dr. Hunforsh discovered that several animals from Aramut's second shipment were illegal species which had been mistagged. I think she accused the constable of smuggling, but I'm not sure. Healer Zolas told me the story.
Smuggling is a serious offense. It would certainly jeopardize the acceptance of Marasia into the Federation.
That's why she thought Constable Lixie might be involved, to thwart Federation entry.
What exactly are the Watcher's responsibilities?
The Watchers feed and care for the preserved species.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Of course.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
That's one of the new arrivals
It's
from the
stuck in
second
back
shipment.
way.
Maybe there was an error. You know, we've had a number of minor problems with creatures from that shipment.
Probably came in through ventilation system. It's what I normally do in computer games, and I'm not supposed to be there.
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation. Do you know how this could have occurred?
Hard to say. The Watchers are quite good. I can't imagine they'd just let this happen. Maybe they were given the wrong care instructions. Or maybe the animal was not identified correctly.
A creature tagged as a Kujan gibbon died of a parasitic infection not found in its native habitat. How could this have occurred?
I don't know. The Watchers are the ones who care for the animals. Maybe they can help you.
Okay, I suspect I got a similar response for this one, but let's try it.
One creature experienced an energy drain within its neural pathways. It is untagged but appeared to be a mole of some sort.
It's probably a Myocordae mole. They're quite common on Marasia, but I've never heard of one dying like this before.
Its cause of death is unusual, but not unprecedented. I have personally encountered a species that consumed human neural energy for survival. Is there a preserve animal that might feed on Myocordae neural energy?
None that I know of. But perhaps the Myocordae got caught in one of the generator power surges, but then it wouldn't be drained of energy. I don't know.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well on your search.
It's possible the constable felt that telling us about her argument with the doctor would arouse our suspicions. But why would she withhold information about the escapes?
That's an excellent question. Let's go ask her.
Constable, I would like to know why Dr. Hun Forsch accused you of smuggling.
Get straight to the
She
point.
found a Romulan creature, which is, of course, banned from import by Federation law. It was tagged as a similar legal species. She has accused me of smuggling it in order to damage our chances for Federation membership.
I appreciate your candor.
You impress me, Commander. It's strange that your creator can find you in the male form. Still, you compensate well.
I believe the constable. She seems genuinely devoted to the Preserve, and I don't think she would resort to smuggling, even to thwart Federation membership.
Yeah, me too, actually.
How do you explain the mistagged animal?
I blame our supplier, Aramat. He's rude, devious, and barely competent. If I'd known Aramat was a Ferengi, I'd never have listened to Idia's recommendation. But the contract is binding, and he does deliver on time.
Constable, I understand the Preserve has been experiencing some unusual power outages.
Those were just a few temperamental generators failing. They've been repaired. Is the Federation now concerned with our internal technical difficulties as well?
Why do you oppose Federation membership?
Membership in the Federation would compromise Marasia's freedom of action. Some of us would rather not see that happen.
Has there been any contact with Dr. Hun Forsch?
No, I'm afraid not.
Sadly, the mission's not going to be that easy. Got anything to say?
I am interested in Dr. Idia's part in this. Perhaps his comm channel is now open.
Excellent idea. So you need to trigger that event. In order to do that, you needed to ask someone the right question at the right time, basically. Alright, now seems like a good time to stop. We'll be talking to Idia in the next episode. Bye.